Whitehawk back, continuing our Halloween fest, and we're going to do Castlevania III, Dracula's Curse. This is by far the hardest one out of the original trilogy. I'm going to have to cut a good amount because I'm going to die non-stop. This goes back to the traditional style, but I'll tell you more about that after we read the prologue. During the 15th century Europe, there lived a person named Dracula. He practiced sorcery in order to create a bad world filled with evil. He began taking over the continent of Europe, changing countries from good to bad. The good people of Europe tried to fight off Dracula, but no one was able to survive. Finally, the Belmont family was summoned to battle Dracula's vile forces. The Belmont family has a long history of fighting evil. There's the vampire killer whip. The townspeople became afraid of the Belmont's superhuman power and asked them to leave the country. Fortunately, the people found a mighty Belmont called Trevor. This is the one the Netflix series is based off of as well. The curse of Dracula has begun. The fate of Europe lies with Trevor. Alright. As I said, this game... Okay, enter my name. This game is regarded as the best and also the hardest in the trilogy for NES. So there's going to be a lot of cuts and a lot of edits because I'm going to be non-stop dying. I'm not as familiar with this game. I've only beaten it like 3 times, I want to say, compared to the first one, which I beat 15, 20 plus. And the second game is more of an RPG, so it's not as difficult. But it's regarded as the best because 4 reasons. 1, multiple paths. Never did that before. Even though it's linear, you get to choose your path at the end of certain levels. 2, multiple playable characters. There are 3 different ones. You choose who you get depending on which path you go to. And with those playable characters comes multiple endings. You can not choose anybody. You get an ending with just Trevor. You can get an ending with Grant, who's like a rogue pirate. An ending with Sypha, who is mage. And an ending with Alucard, who's Dracula's son, and later starred in Symphony of the Night. Today we're going to go with Sypha, just because I love magic and casters and that kind of stuff, so I want to play as Sypha with Trevor again. See Trevor kneeling before the cross in prayer for his journey ahead. Here we go. The music in this game is fantastic. As I said, this is what the Netflix series is based off of. The second season is going to be starting in, I think, the 22nd or 26th. I forget which day. The first season was relatively short, only 4 episodes. He got together with Sypha and Alucard at the end, and they're on their way to stop Alucard's father, Dracula. Making our way up. As I said, this game is extremely hard. There are many pitfalls. Stairs are dangerous. The bosses are a lot harder. Dracula himself is extremely hard in this one, because those who watched my second playthrough, he's a big joke. You just throw the sacred fire on him, and then he dies. And in the first one, no matter what, as soon as you get to Dracula, you're solid. You start at the stairs, full health. You don't ever have to go back once you reach there. In this game, you have to get through the level, reach the stairs, and fight 3 forms of Dracula, all on 1 life bar. If you die, you go all the way back. So, it made it a lot tougher this time around. I don't recall where all pork chops and all that stuff are as well, so There's gonna be some hard times ahead for me. But, same concept with triple shots and everything back from the first one. There's our double shot. Ooh, Medusa heads right off the bat. I think these are the ones that, if I jump, they twist, I want to say. Yes, they do. I don't want that. And if you get knocked back, they twist too. Just like that. Gotta power up our vampire killer whip again. You start right away with the difficulty. I mean, that was kind of my fault. It's not that bad. Those Medusa heads are a real pain in the ass. And in order of difficulty, I want to say with characters it goes... Going with Alucard is by far the easiest because his special ability is he transforms into a bat and he just flies, so you can get across a lot of annoying parts as long as you have the hearts for it. Then Sypha, because some spells are really strong if you have it, depending on what boss you're fighting. Then Grant. I'm not too good with Grant. He could be a little... He could swap around the Sypha depending on how good you are with him, but I never really got the hang of him. He crawls on walls and attacks with like a dagger or a claw or something like that. And then of course just doing it alone with Trevor and nobody else is by far the hardest way to get through the game. Because you have no little bonuses. You just got your whip. And let's not die this time. Getting knocked around by the Medusa heads. Ooh, almost. Oh, nothing breakable. Like swamp creatures. There's a triple shot. Don't want to take the axe, I don't want to lose my triple shot. I forget what the boss is weak against in the first level. And to kill everything on screen, head on downstairs. Alright. Hunchbacks already too, huh? Yeah, pork chops. These guys are really obnoxious. There's one part, you're just climbing upstairs, back and forth, and there's like a tower, both of them, on both sides, so just with tons of those little skeleton dragon dudes. Let's get our hearts. Should be near the boss soon. Get out of here, dagger, I do not want you. And here comes the boss. Whoever it is. Skeleton dude. And there he goes. Zavid's laughing at him. He says he's a little bitch. That's right, Zavid, we win. And perfect timing for winning, because that's all the time we have for episode 1. We beat the first level, and next time we're going to be headed to level 2. There's our little map, and we're going to be taking the top path. Walk on up the stairs. You choose by walking. If there's a skeleton face, it means you're fighting a boss in that stage. If no skeleton face, no boss. Anyway, we're in the clock tower. We will see you next time for episode 2 of Dracula's Curse, Castlevania III. White Hawk out.